The trailer drop for COD Warzone shows a plethora of crazy skins, demonstrating a tactic Fortnite has been pushing hard for many years. Put as many recognizable characters in a game as possible, casting a wide net bound to attract as many player demographics as possible. It is in this manner that Call of Duty is moving away from its military arcade roots into more of a fantasy arcade direction, with pop stars like Nicki Minaj running around the field. What we're ending up with is an entirely goofy product that looks absolutely wild, and although it's difficult to totally stay mad at it due to the silliness of it all, one cannot overlook the issues cosmetic microtransactions bring. Many seem annoyed by the fact that Activision is blindly following trends, arguing that AAA publishers are clearly driven by a hunger for cold hard cash instead of giving fans of the series the best game possible. This of course tracks with their terrible record of being one of the worst companies in recent history, with employee mistreatment and awful microtransactions. Speaking of, if you check the net revenue generated by Activision Blizzard from 2014 to 2022 by composition, you can see that the company generated $5.89 billion of revenues through microtransactions and other in-game purchases, and only $1.64 billion through product sales during 2022. That's a far cry from 2014 when the majority of revenue stemmed from product sales. It's a clear indication of the company's direction when it comes to profiteering, as they will desperately cling on to the microtransaction and cosmetics business model that made Epic Games, Fortnite's creator, the $32 billion corporation it is today. After all, Warzone was only initiated because Call of Duty wanted to get in on the Battle Royale craze of the late 2010s, even joining the freemium model offered by Fortnite. However, it's actually working. These wacky skins are allegedly selling better than the regular grizzled veterans, and perhaps this is actually what gamers wanted all along. Of course, the microtransaction aspect is psychologically predatory, and it sucks that it means devs are less focused on providing new maps, but it's cool to see some video games moving toward fun instead of a sea of grim shooters. As for whether this sets a precedent for all games is unclear. With the advent of AAA titles such as Baldur's Gate 3 shunning microtransactions yet receiving millions of purchases, there's clearly high demand for quality. That being said, there are many who seem frustrated and annoyed with Activision for implementing such wacky cosmetics, and as Call of Duty's identity changes, it should be interesting to see where a profit-driven creed takes it 10 years from now. See you next time on Lessons in Internet Culture.